The night was dark, and the wind howled through the village like a crying spirit. That was the night we found her. The widow was lying on her doorstep, tears streaming down her face. I was the widow's neighbor, and I had known her for years. Her name was Amina. Her husband died many years ago, and since then, she lived alone in her small mud house. She had no children, and her family lived far away. The village people were busy with their own lives, so she spent most of her days in silence. Amina was kind and always had a smile for everyone. She would share whatever little she had. But loneliness clung to her like a shadow. I often saw her sitting outside, staring into the distance, lost in her thoughts. One evening, I saw her talking to herself. At first, I thought she was speaking to someone. But when I looked closer, I realized she was alone. Her hands moved as if she was holding something, but there was nothing there. It was then I started to worry. Amina began to act strangely. She would leave her house in the middle of the night, wandering the village. We would find her sitting by the river, talking to the water, or by the old tree where she and her husband used to sit. We tried to help her, but she would just smile and say she was fine. One day, Amin didn't come out of her house at all. The whole village noticed. I went to check on her, and that's when I found her on her doorstep, crying. She looked at me with eyes full of sadness and said, "I miss him so much. He comes to me in my dreams, and when I wake up, he's gone. I feel so lost without him." We took Amin inside and tried to comfort her, but nothing seemed to help. She grew weaker each day. Her spirit seemed to fade away. One morning, she didn't wake up. She passed away in her sleep, holding a small piece of cloth that belonged to her husband. The whole village mourned her. We buried her next to her husband, under the old tree. People said they could feel their love even after death. Amina was finally at peace, reunited with her husband. Her story taught us about the deep pain of loneliness and the strong bond of love. We made sure to take better care of each other after that, remembering Amina's kind heart and her lonely days.